Look at this. This is Courtney Clenney, known online as Courtney Taylor. On Instagram, she looked like she had the perfect life. Luxury apartments, expensive trips, perfect photos, millions of followers, a life built for the camera. But now look at this.
You can get up right now.
Why do you have to keep him upright? I just want to keep him
Get up
upright.
right now. Listen, get up right now.
Police body cam footage shows a completely different scene. Courtney is covered in blood. She is crying. She is hysterical. She is begging her boyfriend to wake up. And the man on the floor is Christian Obumseli, her 27-year-old boyfriend. Minutes earlier, Christian had been inside their luxury Miami apartment. Now he had a deep knife wound to the chest. Courtney told police it was self-defense. Prosecutors say it was murder. And at the center of the case is one question. Did Courtney throw the knife from across the room like she claimed? Or did something much darker happen inside that apartment?
No, I can't. I can't let this. Okay.
Let go.
Wait, it wasn't him. Guys,
Relax.
Why? No, guys.
Relax.
Boss, what's going on? Hey, you good? What do you have?
Relax.
What are you doing from? Go.
Guys, please.
Relax.
I'm
Sit down.
I can't hear. Okay.
Sit down.
Here, just let me.
Sit down.
Okay. Baby, come here. Just sit down.
Before the police tape, before the courtroom, and before the murder charge, Courtney Clenney was living a life many people only see online. This is Courtney Clenney, a social media personality and OnlyFans creator who had millions of followers under the name Courtney Taylor. Reports say prosecutors argued she earned more than $1.8 million in 2021 from online content. And this is Christian Obumseli. He was 27 years old. He worked in cryptocurrency. He was Courtney's boyfriend. From the outside, the two looked like a glamorous Miami couple, young, attractive, successful, and living in a high-rise apartment. But behind closed doors, prosecutors described their relationship as tempestuous and combative from the beginning in November 2020. That is what makes this case so disturbing, because online, the image looked perfect. But inside the relationship, prosecutors say there was chaos, violence, and warning signs that kept getting louder. Now we go to April 3rd, 2022. The location is a luxury apartment in Miami, Florida. Courtney calls 911. She tells dispatchers that Christian has been stabbed.
In this 911 call, Courtney Clenney is frantic. She is heard screaming, at one point even apologizing to her boyfriend, Christian Obumseli. We even hear his voice, what appears to be his final words.
So my boyfriend is dying of a stab. Man.
You can hear Obumseli in the background saying what appears to be his final words.
I'm gonna die. I can't feel my arm. Can't feel my arm.
Clenney apologizing.
Baby, I'm so sorry.
When police and paramedics arrive, they find Christian Obumseli with a serious stab wound to the chest.
Clenney is placed in the hallway. She talks with officers who have placed her in handcuffs as she sits on the floor.
Homicide, the one responding for DV.
Wait, is he dead? Is he dead?
Sit down.
Exit.
Sit down.
Okay, no, I'll sit
Sit
down.
down.
I just, you scared me.
Sit down.
He's not dead, is he?
We don't.
No, they're taking him to the hospital right now.
He's in the hospital right now.
I need to be at the hospital with him.
Oh, you're not going anywhere.
Why?
Because we're conducting an investigation.
It was I was self-defense. My mom was on the phone.
You okay? Well, listen, the detectives are coming. You're gonna talk to them, and then you're gonna explain your side.
But I'm gonna be covered in blood. I look crazy. I was holding him while he was spurting blood, trying to stop the blood.
Okay, so you guys started arguing, then what happened?
Threw me against the wall, choked me. You're looking like this. He's never like choked me to where like it's like
Okay,
crazy stuff. But I couldn't breathe.
Okay.
Then he put me on the.
So he
on the
throws you
ground.
against the wall?
Then he put me on the ground, choked me. That's happened 2 other
Okay.
times.
Did he
before.
tell you anything? Did he say
just
anything?
like that kind of face, like where I was really scared and I was trying to get him off of me and he wouldn't
Okay.
get off. Then he gets off. Then I called my mom.
Okay.
And then I went into the other room and I was talking to her and I was like crying and saying like something is happening, like I don't know what's going on with Christian. And I was just like crying, whatever. And then like I went to the kitchen and he started like charging at me. And I said like, I'm gonna like throw this at you. And he goes, do it. And then he charged me and I threw, but he was far away and I never in a million years I'm
He threw
scared.
a statue at you?
Clenney, as you've seen, is wearing baggy, silky pants and a bikini top. But police ask her if she has something they can place over her.
I know, but you can't. Unfortunately, you can't go in there. You can't go in the apartment. 4220 stars.
Okay.
43. 694.
Okay. Here, I have on
We have
For 5378 Martinez.
my couch.
so on the inside.
On the inside, not like a full couch, but on like the couch kind of chair.
4 flates.
Just like a loose, like comfortable shirt. I think that
what's his
there's
name?
like t-shirts or whatever in there.
IBM plate.
And then there's a pair of gray NBA sweatpants that are his. That are like
As Clenney sits in the hallway of her condo complex, she asks to see Christian Obamselli.
I need to go to the hospital. I have to.
You gotta give us a statement.
That's fine. But can I go to the hospital?
After we done, yes.
Can I say bye? Can I say bye to my dad? I'll be right back, boys. I'll be right back, okay? You here. I'll be right back.
He is rushed to the hospital, but he does not survive. Courtney admits she was involved, but she says she acted in self-defense. Her version is this. During an argument, she says Christian attacked her. She says she grabbed a kitchen knife and threw it at him from about 10 feet away. But then the medical examiner's findings created a major problem for that story. According to officials, Christian died from a stab wound that pierced a major artery. The wound was described as a forceful downward thrust, more than 3 inches deep, and that is where the case turns.
The knife entered Christian's chest in a downward angle to the depth of 3 inches.
Because prosecutors argue that a knife thrown from across the room does not match a wound like that. So now the question becomes, was this really self-defense? Or was the apartment crime scene telling a different story?
We asked her, I said, do you want him to leave the property? She said no, she don't want him to.
I did not say that. I said
Okay,
yes.
hold on.
No, but
Hold on, he's talking, then you talk.
You're looking at police body cam video from Friday, April 1st. One Paraíso building employees called Miami police in regards to a domestic disturbance between OnlyFans model Courtney Clenney and her boyfriend Christian Obamselli, 2 days before investigators say she stabbed him to death. Clenney is in the lobby. The employee is the one who actually called police and tells them.
Her boyfriend comes charging towards her, and we actually try to get in the middle of it.
Clenney is visibly upset. She's on the phone with her dad while telling police Obamselli is stalking her.
Right now, like, I have not always been the victim, but like right now I'm a freaking victim in the situation. I'm scared to go downstairs and walk my dog.
Then says,
I want a restraining order against Christian Obamselli.
officers checked Clenney's apartment and Obamselli wasn't there. They let Clenney know that if he's been living in her apartment and has belongings there, they cannot kick him out. Also informing her that she's not being clear on what she wants.
You want this person to completely disappear from your life. At the same time, you have him in your apartment here for 2 months with a ton of stuff in here.
But I know.
When she came down, he went charging at her.
That's fine.
That's my whole.
Right, but she didn't mention none of that until she says she wants to do something about it, that's where we step in, where it's a criminal activity, but she needs to mention something about that.
To understand this case, you can not only look at the final night, you have to look at the pattern before it. Months before Christian died, videos and reports showed disturbing moments between Courtney and Christian. Prosecutors pointed to previous incidents and argued that the relationship was violent and unstable.
I actually don't agree with you. Actually, I'm done.
Okay.
Can you send him home?
Yeah.
Actually, I'm done.
Okay, fine.
Done. Because you're costing me money. I didn't do He's like, got from this house because of you.
This is important because Courtney's defense says she was the victim and acted out of fear. But Christian's family and prosecutors argue that Courtney was the aggressor.
All they're looking for is justice. We know the suspect that was involved in this incident has not been arrested. I'm confident, having had a meeting with the state attorney's office, that they were very attentive. They answered all the necessary questions.
Obamselli's brother says he wants to see an arrest.
I do believe she is the killer, and she does need to be arrested.
Family of Obamselli says he was a kind man and had many life goals and aspirations.
Devastation doesn't quite describe what my family's experiencing right now. Yesterday, we finally told our 93-year-old grandmother that her grandson, who was expected to come home to Texas to visit for his 28th birthday, will no longer or ever be returning home.
So the case is not just about one knife. It is about the entire relationship. Who was controlling who? Who was afraid of who? And what was really happening when there was no Instagram camera, no perfect photo, and no luxury lifestyle filter. After Christian's death, the case became even more complicated. Courtney's parents, Kim and Deborah Clenney, were arrested in a separate computer crimes case. They were accused of trying to access Christian Obumseli's laptop after his death.
Clenney's parents were taken into custody at their home in Texas earlier this year. Law enforcement body-worn cameras recorded that arrest.
There are warrants for you and your wife's arrest? What? I know.
I have to cancel the actually. I'm supposed to be here in 30 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Deborah.
So,
nobody's
No, I'm not okay.
I know.
Nobody's going to hurt you. I understand. I mean,
I
you're
know.
physically
This
okay.
whole
You'll
deal
get
is
through-
bullshit. We
have-
certainly
we have
understand.
The charges were later dropped after key evidence was ruled inadmissible, but the allegation added another dramatic layer to the case. And this is where the courtroom battle became messy. Lawyers began fighting over digital evidence, iCloud accounts, laptop access, private messages, attorney-client privilege. At one point, the judge warned that the case was not going to turn into a telenovela. That one line tells you everything. Because this case is no longer just about what happened in the apartment. It is also about what happened after. What evidence exists? Who had access to it? And what were both sides trying to prove, or stop the jury from seeing? Courtney lived through image. Her life was online. Her photos, her body, her lifestyle, her relationship, everything was part of a public brand. But Christian reportedly had his own evidence too. Court TV has covered the issue of Christian's secret phone recordings of fights between the couple.
Get off of me! You literally talked to her without telling me! You're
Yes, thank you. Coming from Georgia, thank you. I am so sorry.
So shut up and let me f***ing slap you! Get off of me! You literally talked to her without telling me!
Courtney, I was on a bike ride and she passed me and I said, hi, you and Courtney are having a live chat. My bad, I forgot to tell you that. That doesn't make you to act and call me a
And that matters because recordings can change everything. A person can look like one thing online and sound completely different behind closed doors. A relationship can look glamorous in photos and terrifying in private. And this is the psychological question at the center of the case. Was Courtney the victim who defended herself, or was she the aggressor who knew how to control the story? That is what the jury will eventually have to decide.
Okay. You said domestic violence.
Have you made a report before?
No.
You've never made a report?
Oh, I did in Dallas actually about a year ago, and he was detained.
And what happened there?
He had pushed me in the lobby, but it wasn't like a big deal, and they made it a huge deal.
Mm-hmm.
And he ended up getting taken to the hospital or jail or something.
Yeah.
Which I don't think it was necessary, but yeah, he had been. And then also I had been arrested for as well in Vegas in August. So he and I each had one.
Okay. Courtney Clenney was arrested in August 2022 in Hawaii and charged with second-degree murder with a deadly weapon in Christian Obumseli's death.
So we have two matters in front of us today, essentially two matters. One involves a motion to compel discovery, and the other involves a petition for order to show cause, as well as several replies back and forth.
And Your Honor, just for some housekeeping issues, if Your Honor wouldn't mind,
sure.
At this time, in case F22-14137, the state is filing an amended information. The defendant is still charged with second-degree murder with a weapon. We're adding another count of interception of wire, oral, or electronic communications, a third-degree felony.
Can we see it? We've never
been notified of it. We've never seen it, which seems to be typical these days.
All right, no, we're not going to have any of that here. If we're going to do any of the inappropriate comments or grandstanding, we're going to hold off on the hearing today.
Your Honor, while they look at that also, the state is also filing discovery for the court and handing over to defense a copy of the filing, as well as it's the warrants, Judge, that created the new case.
All right, Mr. Prieto, you did hear me just now, right?
Yeah, I did, Judge.
Okay, so we're going to keep it purely professional, and that includes everybody in the courtroom. So if it's not kept professional, then we're going to shut the hearing down today, and we'll do it on another day when it can be professional. Okay?
Understood, Judge.
Thank you. So no throwaway comments. Right.
With
You are
that,
Judge, on behalf of Ms. Clenney, we're enter a plea not guilty, demand discovery, and request trial by jury.
Thank you.
and Your Honor, with that being said, we do have an information for the new case. If we can address it at the very end, or we can do it right now. It's up to Your Honor.
You can go ahead and address it right now.
All right. So, in case F242015, the state is filing a consolidated information, consolidating F242016, F242169. It is making defendant A, Kim Dwayne Clenney, defendant B, Deborah Clenney.
She has pleaded not guilty. Her defense says this was self-defense. Prosecutors say the physical evidence does not match her story. And as of the latest public reports, the trial has been delayed, with Court TV reporting that it is scheduled to begin in the third week of August 2026. So for now, Courtney remains behind bars without bond, while both sides prepare for a trial that could become one of the most watched true crime cases of the year. The defense will likely focus on fear, self-defense, and the claim that Christian was abusive. The prosecution will likely focus on the wound, the videos, the pattern of violence, and the claim that Courtney's story does not match the evidence. And the jury will have to answer one difficult question. Can someone who built a life around appearing perfect online also be hiding a violent reality behind closed doors? This case began with a luxury apartment, a 911 call, and a woman crying on body cam, begging her boyfriend to wake up. But the more investigators looked, the more complicated the story became. There was the perfect Instagram image, then there was the blood on the floor, there was the self-defense claim, then there was the autopsy, there were public photos, then there were private recordings, and finally, there was one knife wound, 3 inches deep, described as a forceful downward thrust. Courtney says she threw the knife. Prosecutors say the evidence tells a different story. So now the question is not just who Courtney Clenney appeared to be online. The question is, what really happened inside that Miami apartment on April 3rd, 2022? And why does the story become darker every time a new piece of evidence comes out?